In this video, I'm doing a behind the scenes where I get to show you the process of creating a website from scratch. Now, this is a real project because it's going to turn into my template for a community website which I'll be selling on Divi University. Now, to speed up the process, I'm going to be using SiteKrafter. This is a Divi framework which enables me to build my website super fast. So for those of you that bought SiteKrafter, this is your opportunity to see how it's used in the real world. So I can't wait to show you this. But before I get started, I'd like to show you SiteKrafter and the offer that I have at the moment. So as you can see here, this is a web design experience with SiteKrafter, and this is a Divi framework. So if I come over here to pricing, you're going to notice that I've just added my Black Friday offer deal. So this is going to expire in about 6 days, and this is going to be 167. It's 40% off. Now, a lot of you have purchased this, and this is a great thing because you're now going to be able to design websites super fast, and this whole process is going to be unedited so that you can see all the mistakes or pretty much everything that I'm doing to achieve my website build. Now, with SiteKrafter, you can either go for a lifetime license or you can go for a yearly license. Now, for the lifetime, I mean, it's unlimited all the way. All right, so I don't want to talk too much. Let's get started. So first of all, what I'm going to do here is I've pretty much created a blank WordPress website. So what I need to do now is to install Divi on it. So I'm going to come over here to Appearance and then click on Themes. Next, I'm going to click on Add New Theme, Upload, and then I'm going to choose the file. Now mine is right here. I'm going to double click on that and then click on Install Now. So this now is going to install Divi on my website. Next, I'm going to click on Activate. Okay, great. So it wants me to activate my license. I might as well just activate it. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is my username and password. Click on login. Okay, so I think, okay, it needs an authentication code. So let's get this. So it's 820 039. There we go. So this should log me in, and sure enough. Okay, so my license now is now activated. Fantastic. Then I can see it over here on my dashboard. The next thing I need to do right away is to install SiteKrafter, the framework. This is going to make things easy for me as I design my website, as I mentioned. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've already gone ahead and downloaded it. In fact, let me show you where it is. So here it is, Open SiteKrafter. So this is the file that you get when you purchase SiteKrafter. So I'm going to double click on that, and now it opens a new folder. Okay, so what we need to do now is to go into this folder, and there's 3 files here, 3 files. Okay, so we're going to start with this right one, this here, Install SiteKrafter. Okay, that's what we're going to start with. I'm just going to pull this over to the side so I can go into my plugins and then click on Add New Plugin. Okay, I'm going to click on Upload, and now I'm going to drag and drop this one here because this is what we need. Drag and drop it here, click on Install Now, and this now should install. So first of all, I need to activate the plugin, and then over here on the left, I'm going to click on SiteKrafter, and then I'm going to scroll all the way down. By the way, if you want to see how to set it all up, this is a video that you can watch right away. All right, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here. Now notice that all these plugins are going to be installed by default. So if there's any plugin that you don't need, just go ahead and click on and uncheck it like that, and you should be fine. But I'm going to leave that as it is. Scroll all the way down here and then click on Begin Site Import. So this now is going to import my website, and I'm going to have the framework on my brand new website. So this shouldn't take long. In a moment, this should be done, and we'll be up and running very, very soon. Now, while this is happening, we also have a few files here. We have the presets, and we also have the theme builder. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to just check if this has installed. So I'm going to click on Visit Site in a new tab. We should see Welcome to SiteKrafter. Fantastic. So everything has gone in, it's installed, and SiteKrafter has also made my home page as my main page and also installed these basic pages. All right, so that's all great. I'm going to come back over here. So I don't need SiteKrafter anymore, so I can now go in and delete it. So I'm going to come to plugins, and then Okay, let's skip this. Okay, this is coming from the analytics thing. So let's go to plugins, installed, and then I want to deactivate SiteKrafter and then delete it. Okay, so next there is one place I want to check quickly, and that is my theme builder. So sometimes you may get an error, like as you can see in this example here, my theme builder hasn't installed. So this doesn't look great because SiteKrafter comes with the theme builder. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, remember when I open the file, I have this skbuilder.json. This is what we need. So I'm going to now come over here and click on import, and then with this right here, I'm just going to drag and drop it. Okay, drag and drop it here and then click import. All right, so now we have all our templates. Now I don't know why this is working, is not working right now, but I'm sure this is something I'll get fixed very soon. It's supposed to just load everything up automatically, so I'll look into this so that we don't need to do that extra step. Okay, so all is done now. So if I now go to my blog, we're going to see that okay, we have everything all set. Everything is all designed for us. Fantastic. Okay, so now that I have my templates done, the next step now is to head over to our presets. So I'm going to come over here to my pages and then click on all pages. Next, oh, in fact, you know what? Before I add the presets, let me just go in and delete the pages that I don't need at the moment. And that is, yeah, I think that's just the one. Okay, so let's go to our presets now and then say edit with Divi. Now this should be a blank page. So I'm going to click on build from scratch. Okay, so now that we're here, remember I said I had this file. It's called SK presets version 1.1. Right, so that's what we need. So to install it, I'm going to come over here to the bottom and I'm going to click on this little icon and then I'm going to click on import. So the most important part here, if you miss this, you're going to have problems. You need to click on import presets. Okay, that's very, very important. So now I'm now going to drag SK presets over here like that. And then all I have to do is to click on import. And now we have all our presets. Fantastic. Now we can go ahead and save. So I'm going to save this page. Okay, now this is in the way. So you can see here my page is saving. I don't know why it's taking too long. All right, anyway, it's done. If I click on exits, if there's a problem, it'll let me know. But anyway, I've got my buttons here. Everything is all set. My text is all set. But the big feature here that we have with SiteKrafter is you don't need to go in and make adjustments to your fonts. Everything is all fluid. I mean, look at that. Fantastic. Okay, so now that we have this, the next step now is to, oh yeah, I need to show you where you need to go in and tweak anything if you do need to. Let's go to our dashboard and then we're going to go to appearance and then click on customize. Okay, so here on customize, if we go to additional CSS, this is the CSS that is running our whole system on our website. So if you want to make any changes to this, you can just go in, you can paste it like that, and now everything is all updated. So if you want to increase your size, you can go over here and increase your size. It's all in clamp, okay? But I will do a dedicated video if you want to make changes to all of this. But anyway, so that's what we got here. I am going to close out of here and let's start building our site. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to open up our page, which is, let's head over to our dashboard here. It should be our style guide. So I'm going to go to pages and then click on all pages. Now I want to keep this open. I mean, it's very important that we do that. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. And that is our style guide. So this is where we're going to see all our changes and all our colors. This is where we're going to control pretty much everything. Okay. All right. So now that I have this all set, the next step now is to choose our colors. So I need the brand color and I also need the action color. And I may also change all these colors here. So when it comes to the color, I use this service called coolers.co. So I'm going to say start generator. And let's go. All right, so I don't need the tutorial, so let me just close out of here. So all I have to do now is to click on the space bar, and this space bar will just go through random colors here, and this is where I get to choose my color palette. So what I want to do is perhaps use this blue as my main color, my brand color. So I can dial it down a little bit here if that's a bit too much. You know, maybe Persian blue would work. So if I'm happy with this color here, I can just click on that and then that locks the color. So while we're here, I also need other colors that will work well with my brand. And for this, I'm going to need a base color. And for my base color, I'm going to go with black. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this for now, just in case I may want that one. So for this, I want to go in, and for black, it's all zeros. Okay, right. So with this now, I want to click on this little icon, and I want to add my shades of black. So to do that now, I'm going to come over here to Divi and then click on Theme Builder. No, oops, Theme Options. Okay, so these are the colors I need to change. So white is fine. We need white, and then we're going to start with these shades now. I'm just going to drag this over here so it's close to me. So I'm going to start with F5, 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 and I'm going to copy that like that. Come over here, and we're going to paste it in here. Move on to the next one. So working with these shades is very important, because at least when we are designing, this process is only done once, and that's pretty much it. Next, I'm going to go in and paste it like that. Move on to the third one, which is that one. Okay, and back over here, that's our third one. I'm going to copy that and paste it. Okay, so you see that we have now our 3 shades of gray. The next step now is to head over and choose the darker version. So I'm working the opposite way. So I'm again going to come over here, and I don't like using black per se. So I'm going to go with this 0A, 0A, 0A as my first color. Come over here. I'm going to start now all from the left and paste my color like that. Move on to the next one. So, I mean, you see the process. I know it's a bit tedious to start with, because you have to go through this whole process to add all these colors. But this is because I want a custom brand. But of course, if you wanted to use the default colors that SiteKrafter comes with, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, and that's, you know, that's okay too. If I done this one, sometimes I'm talking too much and I'm starting to forget what I've done. Let me see if it's done. Okay, have I done this? No. Okay, great. So I have one more color. So this last color, let me see. Let's go back over here. It's going to be this one. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and it's this one right here. I'm going to paste this, and okay, so this is done now. I'm going to go ahead now and save changes, and pretty much we're good to go. This is our base color. So this is what I'm going to use to separate my sections, and I'm also going to use this in my design process. All right, so now that I have this all done, we're good. We need now to add our brand colors. So for our brand colors, we're going to go to appearance, and then we're going to go into customize. All right, so while we're here, we're going to go on general settings and typography. Okay, so this is where we get to set our heading text, our body text color, and our link color. Okay, so remember we said this is our brand color. So now we need to choose our link color. What color are we going to use for our links? So we don't need this anymore. In fact, let me just lock this for now. I'm going to unlock this, and then I'm just going to cycle through now and see what color I can use for my links. I could go maybe with this one here. Would that work? I don't know, but this could work as my link color. In fact, you know what? Why don't we use this as our link color so we don't waste too much time. I'm going to copy that, and that's going to be my link color. So I'm going to come over here and paste it like that. Okay, so this is the brand color. It's very important that we distinguish this. Next, I'm going to come over here to body text color, and you see now we have our base colors. Now, usually what I do is I just set my text as grays. You won't get wrong, or you won't go wrong with that. Just those grays will just work very well for you. And then for my headings, I'll just use a slightly darker shade of gray, and pretty much I am good to go. I'm going to hit publish. So that's our colors done for our links and body color. So we're not done yet. Let's go back, and this time we're going to go to our layout settings. This is where we need to add our primary color and our secondary color. So let me just take you back over here to our style guide. So now, do you see how our colors are? If I now change my brand color, so right now this is my primary brand, we're going to change that because remember we said this is going to be our brand color. I'm going to copy that, come back over here, and then I'm going to go to my primary color and replace this. Now I know you may be asking, why are we adding all these colors here? I mean, why can't we add them in the builder as we're building our site? Now the beauty of this is when you now come at a later stage and you want to change the colors, you can just come onto this area here and it will just apply across the whole website. And I'll show you how that works. Okay, so now that I have this, I need my secondary color. Now secondary color in this system here is your action color, your call to action color. So I'm going to click on here and my action color is this one. I'm now going to copy the hex and then paste it. All right, now I can go ahead and publish and we are good to go. So if I come over here to my style guide and refresh this, you'll notice now my brand color has updated, my action color has updated, my headings and my text has also updated. Now these ones here, you can go in and pretty much update them, but they are already on my system, okay? And I'll show you in a moment what that looks like. So this is only for maybe you want to show your client how things are looking and you can perhaps, present this. These colors here on the bottom are very important because this is for my notices. So if there's something that's happening and it's successful, I show that green, I'll show this blue. If it's danger, I'll show this red and I'll show this warning as well. Okay, so you don't have to use these, but if you do have a website with that functionality, then you can go ahead and use that. Okay, so all this now is set. Now I just want to go back to my pages here because the page I need to look at is our presets. So let's edit with Divi. Now, do you notice that the main button now has been updated? And if I come over here, you can see SK button main is now been updated, which is fantastic. It's time now to pretty much start building our website. Okay, so let's head over here now and close. And then we need to go to our pages and get started with the home page. Okay, so let's first of all delete all this and then we're going to start from scratch. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is to go in and set what type of padding we want on this actual section. So I'm going to come over here. And then we're going to go to advanced, CSS ID and classes. And then I'm going to say section dash hero. Now, do you see that the size changed? Did you see that? So if I add hero, okay, so this is predefined in the framework. Now I can go with maybe section large and then it's slightly smaller than the hero because the hero is the biggest. Okay, so let's fix this, or let's design this rather. So this is going to be our section hero, and that's the padding that we have by default. Okay, fantastic. So the next step now is to start adding all our elements. So I'm going to go in and add my text module and select it. All right, so right now I can see that my preset has not been applied. So I'm going to close out of here and let's delete this for now. We're going to come back over here to, oops, we need to go to our presets. So we don't need the colors for now. I might need this soon. Okay, so for our presets now, I'm going to click here on this gear icon and I am now going to set this as the default. Okay, as you can see here, it's not set as the default. This is because sometimes if you're working on your site, you may want to go in and just use your own fonts, but I mean your own sizes. But for this, let's just go ahead and make this the default across the whole website. It's fluid anyway. As you shall see, I don't need to go in and add sizes in any of that stuff. Okay, right. So if I refresh this, this should start working now. So far we've spent about 20 minutes? And let's close out of here. Now you can see here it's been applied. Okay, what's happening with my builder now? Let's enable it. Okay, there we go. The builder is back. All right, so we're going to start with a single column. And in here, we're going to add a text module. And this should start working now. Boom. Okay, fantastic. Now it's working. So we need to start off with a header. So I'm just going to hit enter because I know there's some text that I need to enter in here, which is different sizes. So for this one here, I'm just going to say join 560 members. So as I mentioned, this is kind of like a membership website. So now I can start using my lorem text. So this is going to be like my title. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it below here like that. So this is going to be heading 3, and then the next part is just going to be my normal text. Oops, let's bring this over here. Right, so this normal text now is going to be the bottom part. Now, what I find annoying so far is when I work with this, I can go in like that and set this to heading 3, but it makes everything heading 3. So now I have to come over here and then copy or cut this heading 3 here and paste it here. So now you can see it's at the top. Again, I'm going to cut this. Now, the longer way is I could go in and start adding it, or maybe add a normal paragraph text here and then a heading here, you know, and so on. But I mean, I'm just too lazy, so I prefer to do it this way. All right, so I've got my text now, so I can go in and center it by coming over here. Now you can see here that pretty much, you know, things are way too wide. So what I would do when it comes to this text is to head over to sizing and set this width to 70. So it just makes it much easier to read, and then we can just center that, okay? So that's looking much, much better, but we're gonna go in and clean it up a little bit, you know, just to make things look great. All right, so I'm gonna save this for now, and then I'm gonna also add a button. Here's my button here. And since this is my main button, I'm going to go ahead and choose that preset. So now I'm going to say become a member, because this is for a membership website. Come over here, center it, and so far so good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now on the section settings, I need to add an image here in the background. So first of all, I'm going to add a black color. Let's go all the way down to black. Okay, and then I'm also going to add an image here. So let's click on this plus button. Now I have a few images which I downloaded earlier. So let's find those. And I think they're all right here. Pixels. There we go. I'm going to click on open. All right, so I'm going to use this as my main image for my background, like that. But of course, this doesn't look very exciting. So I want to now change. Let's select this. And we are going to go to blending mode, and we're going to change this to multiply. Okay, so it's all going to go dark, as you can see. And then all I need to do is to come back to my color here and then just drag this down a little bit so I can see a bit of the image. Okay. All right. So far so good. Finally, I need to come over here to advanced, CSS ID and classes, and I want this to be section hero. Okay. You see that? So now I have very nice padding here. All I have to do now is to go in and change the colors of this text. So I'm going to start off with this first one here, white. Second one here, white. You see that? It's very, very easy. It's fast. You can go in and start applying colors. You notice that I haven't gone in and started dialing in the colors individually, and I haven't gone in and started adding all the sizes. Pretty much everything is done for me. All right, so that looks great. I'm going to go ahead and save. So that's going to be my main hero area. All right, so let's continue on. And this time I also want to add another section. So let's start with regular. Okay, we're going to go with single column. So what we're going to do here is, you know, on the top one, in fact, let's add another one here like that. So, you know, on the top, we added this. So I'm going to need this on the bottom as well. So I'm going to just duplicate it, and then I'm just going to drag and drop it here like that. So this is going to be my initial text for that particular section. So because this is on a white background, we can now go in and change the colors. I'm going to click on this paintbrush tool, and I'm going to do that. Move on to this one. Okay, so now that it's updated, I need to do a few changes. This is a description for this menu, for this section, so it doesn't have to be too long, text-wise. And I don't need this one here as well, so let's get rid of that text. Okay, we're going to go back here, and I guess this is where I can fix it properly. I'm just so used to inline editing. So let's highlight it, and I have to do it again. There we go. All right, so now that we have this, do you notice that this spacing between these two, it doesn't look great? So let's go to our heading text, heading 3, and let's go to our spacing. We might as well fix this now. So let's go with 2 rem. Okay, you see what happens? This won't work because this is a single body of text. So no problem. I'm just going to cut this. Command X. I'm going to just save that, and then I'm just going to duplicate this one here. So it's on its own. Okay, so let's go in now. And this time we just want this to be paragraph text. So I'm going to select that. And now you can see it's on its own. And we don't want too much text because this is a section description. All right, so the spacing here is okay now. But if I wanted to adjust it, I would come over here to spacing. And then for the margin bottom, I could say 1 rem. Okay, but of course you can see here it's getting bigger and bigger. In fact, I'm doing it on the wrong one, so you can't really see. So let's just go 0 here. Now you see, you are watching this in real time, and this is some of the things that you'll be doing while you're editing that you don't get to see when it's all edited. All right, so let's try 1 rem. Now, do you see that it's now a bit closer? Now, this way you can manage your spacing on your elements much easier. But in the future upgrade or update of SiteKrafter, I will fix this issue. All right, let's go ahead and save. Now, again, notice that I haven't gone in and made any changes to my text. Everything is pretty much all good. Next, I'm going to go and create a blurb. All right, so again, I'm just going to add my dummy text like that. And I'm also going to use a little bit of this text as well over here. All right, so do we have any presets for this? Yes, we have a few. So let's choose this one here. Should we go with that one? Yeah, I think so. It's a preset anyways. All right, so we're going to go with that as a preset, and then I'm going to go to image and icon, and for this I want to use an icon. So let's choose line icons. Should we go with line? Okay, yeah, let's go with line icons, and let's just add our icon, and you can see now it's taken our branding color to this into our design here, which is fantastic. All right, so I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and save. And then I'm just going to go into my row settings here and duplicate this a few times. Okay, there we go. So I've duplicated this twice. I'm going to hit save. And you can see now that I have my my blurbs. But the gap here is a bit too much. So we need to go in and fix that. So I'm going to come over here to design, sizing, and we're going to activate use custom gutter width. And you can see automatically it's gone in and updated that. So on this text here, I need a bit of spacing, between that, because it's way too close, as you can see. But I guess, okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a bit too close. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that again. All right, so to fix that, we are going to go into advanced, custom CSS, and then we're going to go to module elements. So what we need here is, you see we have the blurb image, blurb title. So this is where I need to add margin bottom, dash bottom, and then colon. So let's go with 1 rem. Let's see what that looks like. I think it's okay. So now that we've updated this, we might as well come over here and update our presets, which is this one here. And we're going to click on this little icon and say yes. And now this has been applied, and this has become our default now. Now, if you want to go in and further customize this and stylize it a bit more, you can go in here and perhaps maybe you want to add a background color. So you could go in and, add a bit of a color there if you want to, just to stylize it, make it a bit different. It's up to you. And let's see. If I add, let's say 1 rem for the corners, I also need to add a bit of padding in there. So let's scroll down here and add some icon padding. So let's start with 2 rem. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so I'm just taking this a step further just to stylize it, but you don't need to do this if you're okay with what it looks like right now. So with that now, what would work really well is, I could leave it as it is right now, or I could go in and choose a color here. So let's say with that, we could use this shade of this blue, I think. Yep. All right, so let's use the shade of that blue. So what we're going to do now is let's go back to saved, and we are going to do it over here. So we're going to go back to our colors and click on this little icon, and let's go ahead and use maybe this color here, and then back. I'm gonna go in and add the background color to our icon. You see that? But I don't like that. Let's change the color again. Maybe we could go with something like that. I know this is where things take a bit of time, but at least you can see what exactly I'm doing. So I think that's going to be my icon, and I also want to give this a border. You know, I'm thinking maybe I give this a border, a very light border. So I'm going to go all the way down here and go to border. Okay, so we're going to set it to, let's say 2. I think 2 will work. And now I'm going to add a bit of transparency to this. Then I'm going to come over here, choose my darkest color. Oops, what's happening here? Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to add a bit of transparency here. I'm going to go all the way down until it's just ever so slight. Okay, I think I'm going to go with that. And then finally, for my borders, I'm just going to use standard 2 rem pretty much for everything on my site, just to give this a bit of some rounded corners. So I think I like that. Finally, my text here is a bit too dark. So let's see if I can just change this a little bit, just for my blurbs, by the way. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is a bit too much. So let's dial it down a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go to the text as well, and we're going to dial it down as well. Why is this not working? Body text color. Okay, so let me just update my preset here, just in case I may want to use it again, and also for that to be applied to the rest of them. Okay, so far so good. I think I'm happy with what I have so far. The next step now is to just change my icon here. So I'm going to go in and change my icon. So this one here, maybe we can go with that. Then finally, image and icon. We can add a different one as well. So what can we add here? Okay, let's go add that one there. All right, so I've got my icons now and my blurb is ready. I'm going to hit save. So far so good. We're going to continue on and add more content on our pages. So now let's add our next section. It's going to be a regular section, and let's go with 2 columns. But I'm not sure what column these should look like. Let's go with this. Okay, so on the left, I'm going to add some text like that, and then I'm going to cut some dummy text from here, copy, and I'm going to paste that. Great, and then I'm also going to need some text for the heading. So let's copy that. So what we're going to do to make things easier for us is to, first of all, save that, and then we're just going to duplicate it. And then on the top one now is where we're going to go in and paste our text, and then we're going to set this to heading 3 like that. Okay, so right away I can see that my spacing here is not good. So let's go in and set it all up on spacing, and let's set it to rem, I think. Or should we make it 1? Okay, so you might be wondering, why am I using rems, 1 rem or 2 rem? So the rule of thumb in spacing is you can use, let's say 1 rem and then 2, and then 4, and then 2, 4, 8. That's what I normally use. So it's 1, 2, 4, 8, so that the spacing is universal across the whole website. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and save. I may need a button here as a call to action. So let's search for our button. Oops. And here it is. Then I'm going to come over here and choose my style. All right. So far so good. We've got our button now sorted. And then over here now we want to add a, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. And I'm not adding my video yet, but I want to add an overlay. So we're going to click on this plus button, and the overlay I'm going to add is going to be, should we add this one? I guess. There we go. All right. So I think that works. And just so that everything is consistent, I'm going to go to my border here and set this to 2 rem. Now remember, this is what we were using. And I might as well just go in and set this as a preset, create new preset. Then I'm just going to say SK video, and then let's assign it as a default and save. Okay, so far so good. What do I need to do? Okay, I need to separate these sections here. What's happening here? Save. Okay, and now this doesn't want to go. Anyway, we get this from time to time. All right, so for my section background, I'm going to add a very light gray, and it's right here. You see that? So it becomes very easy if I'm designing my website and I know exactly where everything is, and I don't need to go in and do a lot of work. So here, my section padding, I can see my section padding here is not very good. So I'm going to go and click on advanced CSS ID and classes, and I'm just going to say section dash large. You see that? That's all I need to do. I'm just going to copy that because I'm going to use it on the other section. So you can see now my spacing looks much better, right? And then obviously this one here is my hero. Okay, now let's continue on. Let's go ahead and update this. Advanced CSS ID classes. Boom. So you can see now everything looks consistent. Okay, brilliant. So I think I'm done with this main page because the idea with the page is to give a visual representation of what this website is about, and it's a community website. We see this on the actual main hero part, which is above the fold, and there's also a call to action. Over here is the features, or at least what you get when you sign up for this membership, and it's these three main items. And then finally here there's also a video that explains what this is all about, and I could also say join now over here on the button. So let's save this page and exit the visual builder, and let's test and see if everything is fine. Okay, so let's drag this. Now do you see my text is all fluid? You see that? So everything is responsive, it's fluid, but there's a few changes I need to do. I mean, I can see right away here that we have a lot of padding here, so we need to fix that quickly. But at least, you know, everything is looking great. So these are the minor tweaks that I may need to do here. So let's enable, and first of all, let's start with this one here. Now remember, I set it to 70%. I forgot to go in and sort this out. So let's go to sizing. So you can see here it's 70%, but on the tablet, I want to increase this to 100%. How about that? And then on the phone, same thing. I want this at 100%. All right, so that's great. And I also noticed that we have the same problem here. So I'm just going to copy the styles, copy module styles, and then I'm just going to paste it here as well, like that. Okay, let's undo it because this style has white text. All right, sizing. So we are on 70 here, and on tablet we want it at 100%, and then on the phone we want it at 100 as well. All right, great. So when I look at this, I may want to get rid of some of this text and then increase the size. So to increase the size, I'm going to set this to heading 2. I want it much bolder and like really in your face. So let's go to heading text, heading 2, and set this to this color. Okay. All right, let's get rid of some of this as well. Okay, I think that's better. I'm going to save it. And I also noticed that with my blurb here, my padding is on here, my spacing, but it doesn't change when I go to my tablet, which is right here. So we may want to change it on. Yeah, I think that's much better. We're going to change it on the mobile. Okay, so let's go ahead and update our style here. Brilliant. I'm going to save. Now let's take a quick look again and see what this looks like. So I'm going to exit the visual builder one more time, and I'm just going to drag it. Now you can see here my text is much better, and also here things are also much better. Okay, so I like that. The next step now is to go in and create more pages. So let's head over to our contact. I know it's a bit radical to just jump onto the contact. All right, so we're going to go with 2 columns here. Close that. So first of all, I'm going to set this to my section sizes. I'm going to go to custom CSS. Oops, CSS and classes. And then we're going to say section large, just to add a bit of padding. Okay, so we have a form by default on our website. So let's save this and go to the form first. Should we use our presets as a no? Okay, let's open a new page. We need a brand new page. All right, so what we're going to do is go to the forms. So we have Fluent Forms, which is right here. So we're going to get this code, the contact form, copy that, And then we're going to come back to our site here and we're going to search for text, and here it is. All right, so we're going to start off with our form. I'm going to paste the shortcode like that. So do you notice that here we have SK text fluid, and then we have our text notice and so on. So we're going to go with text so that everything just matches with our text here on our site. And then I am going to, okay, should I do this? Yeah, okay. So what I want to do next is go to my background here and give this a background color. Okay, how about that? We're going to give this background color, or maybe the lighter version. Then we're going to go to design, spacing, and we're going to start off with 2 for our spacing here, and it's going to be all around. Okay, perhaps maybe we need to go 4, and then we can change the sizes when we go to the different screen size. All right, so here we said we go with 2 rem, and let's add a border. It's going to be 2, and we're going to use that as our border color. How about that? I like that. Okay, so when it comes now to our spacing, and it's a smaller device, we need to make sure everything looks great. And you can see here it's a bit too much, so let's bring it down a bit to 2. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. That looks great. Now over here we need to add the address and social media icons. So in fact, before we go there, how about we add text module? I'm gonna click here and search for text module like that. Okay, that's not looking good. You know why? Because it's outside the box. So let's delete that, and we are going to add this text inside the box. So I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to say contact. Okay, but we are going to set this to heading 3. Okay, then I just need a space there like that, and save. All right, so that's our contact. And then over here to the right, I'm going to need the address. So I'm going to set this to heading 3 as well. Then I'm going to start adding all my information. So this needs to be a text module as right. So I've just added my address and telephone number. Now let's go ahead and save, and then we can add a social media icon here as well. So let's search for social media follow. All right, great. Now while we have this open, I want to do something different. Now remember, we have this blue color as our brand. So let's start applying it in our design. So I'm going to click here on this gear icon and then go to the second one. Okay, so this is where I want to experiment with this, see how I can play around with it and start introducing it to our design. So I'm now going to incorporate this over here to the right side for the address. So what I'm going to do now is to go to design, and then I'm going to go to spacing. Okay, so let's go with 2 rem, like what we've been doing before. And we are going to do the same for left and right. Okay, the next thing we're going to do now is to add some rounded corners. So we're going to go to our border. And for that, we are using 2 rem for everything, aren't we? All right, now let's try and see if we can have this all the same size. Gutter width, equalize column height. Great. So now all my columns are the same height. All I have to do now is to go in and change the color of my text here. And let's go to design, text, and let's set this to white. And then this word address also needs to be changed. So we're going to go in, and in fact, I can just click here. It's faster. And there we go. So now I have my address, and we also have our social media follow. So for our social media, I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to go in and add a bit more. Now, straight away, I can see that the spacing is not very good. We've got too much white space over here. So we need to work out what we need to do there. All right, so let's go in and add a few social media icons here. So instead of X, we're going to add YouTube, and then we're going to go back. Then we're going to change this X to Instagram, for example. Go back, and then for the last one, perhaps we could add TikTok. How about that? There we go. All right, so we've got TikTok and all those guys. So the spacing above is very important. Everything is way too close. So we're going to go to spacing and then margin top. We're going to set it to, let's go 4 rem, because these items here are not related. Okay, so It looks like our spacing is just way too much here. I'm not happy with that. So I may change the width of our row here. Let's go to sizing, and instead of 80, let's bring it down to 70. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's much better. Okay, let's save this for now. We may revisit it and see what else we can do. Now on the top here, we may also need to add some introductory text for our section here, so that at least, you know, things look much better. And here we could also add something else, but I can't think of anything right now. Okay, so let's go single column, and in here we're going to add some text like that, and we're going to go to our lorem text here, and let's paste it and set this to heading 3. Okay, great, and it needs to be centered as well, and we also want a bit of text here to describe our section. All right, let's duplicate that, and we're going to go in and set this, but of course this needs to be paragraph. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. We're going to drag this to the top. Okay, so that's our contact page. We sorted out our padding. Let's save. All right, great. Let's exit, and this is what it looks like so far. Okay, so far so good. And the next page now, the blog. So you can see here the blog is already done for us because it's a pre-made template, which is fantastic. But you know what? As I'm looking at this, I want to change this search here and make it look much better. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to open this in a new tab like that, and we're going to come all the way down here to Divi Theme Builder, and then we're going to go to blog. Where's the blog? Oh, right here. So at least you get to see what I'm actually doing here, because this is very important when you design your website. So I'm going to say search here like that, and so this just lets people know that they can start searching. So the next step now is to change the design of this search panel. So I'm going to come over here to design, field. So our text placeholder color is fine. Field background color, we need to change that. Okay. So now that we add black, we are going to add a bit of transparency to that, but not too much. How about that? Okay. I think I like that. Field text color. This can be slight gray. Field focus background color, we could make it, this time let's use white. Let's see what happens. Come all the way down here, and if we click inside, look at that. So just by doing that, we've gone ahead and stylized this, and our field focus color, should we go with white? Oops, field focus text color. Yeah, why can't we go with white? Okay, now we're going to go all the way down because I don't like those borders, so we're going to get rid of the border, and here it is. So we're going to get rid of that. And now we have a stylized search. See that? So now I can search, and that text is white, which is brilliant. So the final thing I need to do is our action color should be different here. Remember, we have that, we have a different color here for our action color. So for our button text, should we go with black? No, let's go to our action. Something is happening here. I don't know. So let's look for our button font. No, for our button background. These are the small things that take time to do, you know. Sometimes it can be very annoying. Button text. Okay, button and border color. I've chosen that. Why is it not changing? Strange. And then for my button text, I want to go with that. Then I want to update my presets. SK search. Let's update that. Click on yes. Save one more time. So let's check and see if that has worked. I'm going to refresh my page now. Oh yeah, it's worked. Look at that. So if I go in, beautiful. I can start typing. Let's search for lorem, for example, hit enter or hit search, and these are the results, but it hasn't updated it here, the search. So I guess I would need to go in and fix that. But so far I like what I've done here. Okay, so with that now, let's just close out of here like that, because you see these styles, they don't carry over to the theme builder. That's where the challenge is. So what I would have to do is to go to my search results, and while I'm here, since I saved it as a preset, I can just come in here and choose the preset like that, and it looks like it hasn't updated either, which is a shame. So let's fix that by coming over here to the border and removing the border itself. Now on these results, I don't want them like that as a blog post. I mean, as blog posts, I want them to come in as that, because that's pretty much how you get your search results anyways. So I'm going to leave that as that and save, and then save one more time. Okay. So far so good. I've done pretty much my my pages here. Let's visit my site. Okay, so this has not updated. My padding here, I need to fix that, but here it's working fine. So you can see it's good. Our contact. Yeah, I'm going to update these icons. In fact, you know what? We might as well just update them now. Why not? Enable, and I'm going to reset all these like that. Right click, reset, right click, reset, right click, reset, right click, and reset. All right, so now that I have everything all white, I can now go into my design and go to my icon. I can increase the size a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe 18. Okay, we're gonna go with 18. So with that now, I can change my hover to my action color. So I'm gonna come over here to this little icon and then go to hover, and then change this to my action color and then save. Okay, so now that I've saved that, I'm good to go. So my question now is, let's exit the Visual Builder, save and exit. Yeah, these things here need to be sorted. So my home page needs to be sorted too. So let's enable that. All right, so now I'm going to go to Advanced Custom CSS. No, I need to go to Classes. So why is this not working the way I want? Okay, let's try it large. Okay, it looks like it's been applied. It's weird. Okay, I may come back and look into that. Or maybe, I think I know what the problem is. Let me try something different here. So let's go to our content and go to spacing. So if I say 8%, how does that look? Oh, you know what it is? This is calculating based on my screen size. Now this screen size is, is massive. It's not my laptop size. And that is why things are not looking right. So now if I exit and someone is viewing it like that, which is kind of like my laptop size, it looks a bit normal. Okay. And here you can see it's fine. And this is okay as well. Okay. So that's okay. I'm happy with that. So next we need to work on our About Us page. Yes, About Us. So we're going to enable the Visual Builder, build from scratch. And for this, we're going to start with a single column, and let's add some text in here. Okay, so we're going to center that, and that's going to be our main heading text. So let's set this to heading 3. Save that. We're also going to need another one. Okay, so this is going to work as our just basic paragraph description. Section description, and we are going to paste it in here like that and center it. All right, so I like that. So far, so good. No issues there. Save. Next, I'm going to add 2 columns here. So for our about, we want an image here on the right and then some text on the left to introduce our information here. Right, so let's search for our image module, and then we're going to go with this one here. We're going to come to our presets, choose our SK image. So you see that style didn't work before. I didn't save it properly. So let's go ahead and fix that. So I'm going to come over here to spacing, border, and it was 2 rem, remember? Yes. So now I'm going to come over here and click on this little icon, hit yes, and I'm also going to make this as a default by clicking on the star icon and saying yes. All right, great. Let's fix our width. So now I have my image. I need to add some text over here to the left. Okay, so we are here on our contact page, or about page, sorry. So what I've done so far is I've just added a paragraph here and gave this a bit of a heading. Okay, so on the next section here, I've gone in and I've just given this a section large, okay, as my padding. All right, so let's now start adding our person. Let's go ahead and select that. Okay, so we want to add this as some team members. So we are going to add the name. So this is going to be Joe. I won't bother about the position for now. So let's go down here and add our image. So we have a few images in here. So let's try this one here. Okay, I'm in the way. Upload image. All right, so we have Joe here. And let's go ahead and add some rounded corners. So for this, we're going to go with 1 rem. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, so now that we have this, I think the challenge I'm going to have is my images are different sizes. And also, you see this text here is a bit small. Let's go ahead and add a SiteKrafter to our class. So we're just going to do SK. That's all we need to do, and pretty much we are good. All right, so over here on the text, on the bio, let's add a paragraph. Oops, hey, what's happening? This mouse is a bit too excited, you know? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go in now and paste in the bio like that. Just a short bio. And for this now, it has LinkedIn. So let's add a fake URL. Shift. Nope. Which one is it? Oh, there we go. All right. So we got LinkedIn, and then we're going to add our X profile. We're going to also add a Facebook, and yeah, that's it. I think that's all we can add. Okay, cool. So now that we have this, I'm now going to go ahead and save changes. So we want a few of these. So I want to go into my row settings. And what we're going to do is duplicate this. 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to do it twice and see what the layout looks like. And while we're here, we might as well go in and, you know, make some adjustments here and there. So what I need here is to reduce the space. So let's activate our gutter width, and okay, we're going to equalize column heights as well. So I think that's it for our rows. How about that? All right, cool. So now I need to go into this one, change the image. Let's add this one. Okay, do you see what I meant? That we might have a problem with our sizes. So let's go in here and look for images that are similar size so that our site just looks, you know, uniform. Okay, I think this one will do. So let's go ahead and add that one. Yeah, just about. Okay, I think that one works. And then we also need one here. And I think I have a similar size as well. So let's see. I think this one. Did we add this one? So maybe it's this one now. Yeah. Okay. So we've added our team members. Pretty cool. But I can still see that the size here, it looks like we have too much space. Let me see if I can fix this quickly, and then I can make it a preset. So let's head over to sizing and do a bit of adjustments here. Okay, are we okay on the sizes? Right, now I'm working blind here. I can't see. So let's just try and add a background so I can roughly see what I'm doing. Okay, all right, so it looks like we're almost there. So we just have this little gap left. So let's go back in. So instead of saying 80% on the sizing here, let's bring it down a bit. Let's go to 78. Okay, so I think this is a bit better than what we had before. So let's just update our preset here. We're going to say yes, save. Oops, I forgot to remove the background. So let's go and do that. So I'm going to come all the way down here, background, and set this to transparent. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and update like that. And then I'm going to set this as a default by clicking here on the star. Now remember, you need to do that so that that setting is applied to pretty much everything on your page. Okay, so now that we have this, I can still see like the spacing here is a bit too much. Let me see if I can reduce that again. So we're going to go to sizing. So it looks like this is going to work on gutter width 1. Okay, that's strange. But anyway, looks like that will work. So I need a copy of this, or I have to create one from scratch. But anyway, let's duplicate that. Then I'm going to drag it all the way down here because I need a title to my section. So this could be like kind of like meet the team or something like that. All right, so that's great. We've got the team here. We might also need another one. So let's go regular, single column, and let's go ahead and duplicate this again. And I want to drag this down here like that. Okay. And then for this here, I'm going to add a video. So let's search for our video module and select it. Next, we're going to come over here to overlay, and then we're going to add our overlay image. And the image I'm going to go with is, let's see, how about this one here? Or maybe this one. Okay, let's go with that. So that's going to be our overlay image. And you can see here our style came with my rounded corners here, which is fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save. And then finally, I need to come over here and add a bit of padding. So I'm going to go, I don't know why I keep on going to custom CSS. Okay, the section large, did that work? Oh yeah, it did work. I'm going to save that and save the page. So let's do a quick preview and see what this looks like. I'm going to click on exit and then look at that. This is brilliant. The text sizes, you know, it just works. All right, so that's our about page done. But you know, we have a few more pages that we need to do. I know we need the login page that we need to work on. So we might as well start on that. How about that? We're going to go dashboard, all pages. So the page I don't need is the services. So I'm going to go ahead and trash that. Okay, so we need the login and let's give it a name here. It's the login, then use Divi Builder. Now for this, we're going to build from scratch and single column. Let's add a text module. We're going to save that. And we also need another one. So another text module. Yes. So if we need another text module, let's just duplicate this then. How about that? Okay. So as you can see, things look really massive here. So we really need to reduce the size because our login form does not need that, you know, that space right there. So we're going to go to sizing and bring this down to about 70. Okay. And we're going to center it. Okay. So let's get rid of the top one. Then we're just going to duplicate this one here. All right. So when it comes to our login, we are going to use a plugin, which is both a security plugin as well. So let me see if we have it. We're going to go to all plugins. Okay. So Fluent Forms. Okay. We don't have the plugin. It's called Fluent Auth. Add new plugin, and we are going to search it here. Fluent Auth, AUTH. My typing is really bad. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to click on install now. Now, what I like about this is it works as your security plugin as well, and it has quite a few features out of the box. So first of all, let's go to our dashboard. And let's go to, it also does social login. And by the way, this is absolutely free. Okay. All right. So let's go in here. So the form we need is this one, Fluent Auth. That's the shortcode I need. So we're going to come over here and let's go ahead and add it like that. Okay. Next, we need to center this, and I hope this works because I don't want the form over to the side. And now we can customize this. So we're going to go to background. We're going to add a bit of a color here. And then we can now start stylizing this. So we're going to go to our border here, set this to 2 rem. Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to need our padding. So we're going to go to spacing and we're going to set this to 4 rem. We're going to do the same. Okay. So let's add a border. So we're going to set this to 2, and this is the color we're going to go with. Maybe that. I think that's what I used before. Right, so let's go ahead now and save. And on the top here, we are going to add our page. You know what we could have done? And this is something I've just thought about right now. And it is, we could use dynamic content to give this page titles, but you know, it's okay. Let's just use this for now. We're going to go to page or archive title, and then we're going to come over here. And we're going to set this as heading 3. You can see now, heading 3, and we need to add the / over here. Okay, so now you can see we have the login all set. So let's save and preview this. See what that looks like. What happened? What happened to my form? I can see the code is here, so I'm not sure why it is not showing. Okay, I guess we could fix that later. Let's save the page and exit the Visual Builder. This is weird because this form is supposed to show. I'm just trying to think what could be the issue. Anyways, okay, this is our login. Should we try and change this to code? Maybe. Okay, so let's go for code since this is a code module. Maybe this is why it's not showing. Okay, Command S, Command E, and that's not showing either. That's weird. Anyway, let's continue on. We're also going to need a page for the payments and also for the logins. I mean, for the registrations. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go to our dashboard here. So the pages we need are become a member. So let's start with that, the registration. So we're going to call this page become a member. So this is a free membership. Okay. So we're just going to call it become a free member. And then again, we're going to use our code for the sign up. So for the code, we're going to come over here to Fluent Forms, and we're just going to use the basic subscription form here. Okay, so we're going to click here to copy, and then let's go ahead and add it. So we're going to start off with our text module and select it. Okay, we're going to paste my form in here like that. Okay, so you can see it's way too wide. In fact, this was supposed to happen with the other form that I created, but it's just weird. Okay, so that's my form. So let's go in and adjust the space, the sizing here, set it to about 70. Okay, 70 will do. And then we're going to need a border. So our sizing here is 2 rem. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're also going to need a border of 2 pixels. And this is going to be our color. And lastly, we're going to need our padding, which is over here on spacing. Okay, so we're going to go with 2 rem. I know I'm going to need 4, but sometimes I just start off with 2 just to see if this is a bit different. Okay, right. So like I said, I'm going to need 4 and 4 here as well. And we are going to add our text in here because I think it looks better if the text is inside. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so we're also going to need some text on the top here and split this into 2. All right, so let's save this and let's add a bit of text in here. Okay, so you know what I did wrong? My text was supposed to be in the actual form. So let's go ahead and do that. Click on edit on the subscription. Let's just double check. Okay, this is my subscription form. Okay, great. All right, so my subscription form is looking good. Yeah, I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to design this because it's taking a lot of space. So perhaps maybe I could split this into 2 like that and have my form over to the right, but then I have to adjust the size here because it's a bit too much. So let's set this back to how it was before. How about that? Okay, so this text needs to be over to this side, but on the top. Now you'll see in a moment what I'm trying to achieve here. Where did it go? That's weird. It's gone somewhere. Okay, let's add our image. And in here, we are going to add this image. It just needs to be an image that encourages people here to, to sign up or to register. And it also shows a bit of a community here as well, which is fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of what I did here with my form, or I tell you what, let's go in and add our text in here. So I'm going to say sign up below to become a member. Okay, yes, okay, I can do that. Sign up below. Okay, so now with that, how about we make it bold? I'm afraid if I set this to heading 3, it might change things a bit. Okay, it looks like it's working. So let's set this to the middle. Okay, great. So that means I can add free membership. You know, I have a new keyboard and it's just acting a bit weird. The other day I was drinking tea and I spilled tea on my keyboard. Right, so we don't want heading 3 here, do we? So let's get rid of that, and then finally we just want this centered, don't we? There we go. All right, so here, let's save that. Okay, so I think that's okay. For our sign up form, I just want to make sure, because I'm sure something is in here, but I can't see it. So let's head over here and, okay, I think it's fine because these are the 2 modules. Okay, let's publish this and go back to our visual editor. So you see that text I was telling you I was missing? Here it is. So let's go in and say join. It can be any number here, 500 and, okay, let's go 560. Okay, 5,000 members. Okay, join 5,000 members, and then it's going to need a bit of text to go with it as well. So let's just get a line here like that for a bit of context. I'm going to paste it like that. And so I think this is how it's going to work. Center it, and we are good to go. Let's save that. And we need to add some padding here. So we're going to go with CSS ID and classes. And this is going to be section large. Yeah, I think section large will do. All right, great. So that is our login. And let's exit the Visual Builder now. We're going to save and exit. All right, so you see this URL here. It's important because we might as well start adding it onto our site. So I've just copied that. So back over here now, we're going to go to our main site and we're going to add it to that. So let's go ahead and add it. I'm going to go in here and go to my link. So either we can do this and say page link, and then the page is become a free member, and our page is done. Our link is done. Okay, save that. So we have, oops, that's not what I was supposed to do. This is not supposed to go to that page. Let's get rid of that. What the hell is that? Okay, it's the URL. Okay, this is meant to say become a member. Okay, so we're going to save that. So the page we need is a membership page. So let's go to dashboard here, save and exit. We need a membership page so people can decide either to go with the paid or the free version of the membership. So we're going to come here and create a brand new page. In fact, we can just do it from the top here. All right, so this one here is called membership. Use Divi Builder, and then we're going to build from scratch. So we need single column. We're going to add some text in here. Where the hell is this coming from? This is crazy. This is weird. Anyway, we're going to add a bit of text. Right, so this become a member. Going to add the text in here. Now, you see, doing it manually is, can be quite annoying for me, because what I could do to make sure everything is okay, I could just manually add my heading text like that. But as you can imagine, this will take, a really long time. But as you can see here, it works. So I'm now going to center this. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to save. Okay. Now we are going to need our pricing tables. Now, what I prefer when it comes to the pricing tables is to create all this in my sections, because if I do it without the sections, I'm limited to what I can do. So that's why I prefer doing it with the text. All right, so let's add our text module, and we are going to add this a few times. That might be too much, so let's get rid of that. Okay. Now let's we're going to work on one of these, and then we're going to move it over to the right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is to add the pricing. So the pricing here, in fact, the title is going to be free membership. We're going to make it H3. Okay, and then the next one is going to be the pricing. So this is going to be 0 forever. Okay, so that's going to be our pricing. And for this one here, we're going to go with H4. Okay, and then we are going to need a blurb and a button. So let's save this for now. We're going to delete this, and then we're going to click on this plus button and add a blurb. Right, so we are going to need a feature here. In fact, we're going to delete that, and this is going to be where our feature is going to be. So we're going to call this feature 1. Okay, and then we're going to need an icon. So we're going to come over here to image and icon and use icon. So for this one here, we're going to need a check. So let's go with that one. Fantastic. So now let's stylize this by coming over to the design tab, and we're going to go to image and icon, and right now it's at the top. We need this at the left, so you can see now right away it's in the right position. So now let's adjust the size. So we're going to go with 24. Yeah, I think 24 will do. All right, so that's our features. I'm going to save that and duplicate this a few times. Okay, and then we're going to need a button. Click on this plus button and search for a button module and select it. So you can see now, or in fact, let's head over here and add our style, and this is going to become a member, free member. Okay, where's my phone? Okay, become a free member. So now it's time to stylize the first column. So we're going to go to background and add a bit of a color here, and then we're going to go to our border. So as normal, we're going to add 2 rem, and then we're going to add to a border, and we also need to add some padding to this. So let's add 4 rem. Okay, now guys, if I wasn't using the framework, this would have taken me a very long time. But thankfully, I haven't gone in to add any sizes or any of that. Everything is just done for me here. Let's go. Okay, let's save now. Okay, so now that we're all saved, what I'm going to do is go back in here, delete the second one, and then duplicate this one. So this other one here, let's call this VIP. So, and then we want to make it more prominent so people can see it right away in your face. And we're also going to give it a price here. So let's call this 197 forever, or no, or should we call it one time? I don't know. Okay, forever. How about that? All right, so here we are going to do something different because we want to give this a nice color for the background, and this is going to be the color of our brand, like that. And then all our text needs to change to white. Okay, so with that now, I'm going to go in and just change everything. We go with that. I'm going to come over here, do the same thing, design, and now you know what? We have a bit of an issue here because our modules for this needs to be changed, but to save me time I might need to create a new preset for this. So first of all, let me stylize it and then give it a preset. So for this one here, we're going to start here with the icon, and we're going to change the icon color to white, and then the text to that. Okay, in fact, you know what, I don't need to create a preset. I'll just need to delete all these and then duplicate the first one. How about that? Okay, so the VIP here is a bit more. All right, so let's save and exit the Visual Builder. Okay, so not too bad. So I'm going to do a few more things here just to make it look nicer, and also reduce the size. The width here is a bit too much. So let's go ahead and fix that. So we're going to go into our row settings and then go to sizing. So currently it's on 80. We can bring it down to about 60. How about that? But now what we need to be careful about is when we go to the other views, what does it look like? And from here we can see that it just snaps in, and that looks good. Okay, but here it doesn't look good. You see what I was saying? That you need to be very careful. So now for this to look nice, we just need to set it to about maybe 80%, maybe 90. So it's important to make sure you look at all the angles, all the sizes, and make sure everything looks great. Okay, so I'll go with 94. Okay, so far so good. Now we have our page. I can see here our button here doesn't have the capital letter B. I don't even know how that happened. For me, the typing is the worst part for me. I don't like typing at all. That's why I usually get my daughter to do all the typing for me, because she's really fast at typing. Okay, so now that we have this, let me just double check. Did we add our CSS class here? No, we didn't. So we want this to be section large. There we go. So that's looking great. Now I'm going to save and save one more time. Okay, so we have our pages all done. I'm going to exit the Visual Builder. Okay, so we have the about page here. That's done, and we have our home page. That's done. I think the page that has a bit of work is this contact here. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe remove this blue here and just keep things normal. How about that? So let's do that. I'm going to go back to my address here, and we're just going to bring everything back to normal. Okay, we're going to save that. We're going to go to this one here, do the same thing, change the color. Then finally, we're going to go into this one, and now this is easy because all I need to do is to go to design and icon color, and we can just change our icon color like that. And then for the hover, we have our hover anyway, so that's all set. Now let's save this, and then back over here now on our row settings, we can just go in and go to the background, and then we can just remove that. See? So we just want to keep things simple here and just have the address like that. Okay, now I can see here things are not balanced, so perhaps maybe make the font bigger and make the text smaller in terms of the columns. So let's go back in and fix that. So we're gonna go with that. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna make the address side of things a bit smaller. So let's save and exit. Okay, so you can see here the form is now much bigger. And now I need to fix this. I don't know why this moved. It's not supposed to because it's in its own. Did I do the wrong thing? I think so. So let's go back in and delete. I think things are now okay. All right. So far so good. I need to go in now and fix my footer because I want a dark footer here instead of the light version. So let's go ahead and fix that. So I'm going to go to my dashboard, come all the way down here to Divi, and we're going to go to Theme Builder. So there's one central place to fix this, and that is here in the global footer. And I'm just going to go in and go to the background, start with this one. So at this moment, I'm just looking at this and seeing what works. Am I a fan of this one? Yeah, that might work. Okay, now all I have to do is to go in and update my colors. So we're gonna click here, and you see how I'm changing all my colors? And then all I need to do is to come over here now on my links, and I'm gonna update my links, and then on hover, because so hover is fine. You can see that it's all set. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna save. I'm gonna copy the style, copy module styles, and then I'm gonna paste them here. Paste module styles. Okay, there we go. So now my text is visible. I'm gonna come over here and also make that visible too. So I can't see what text it is. Strange. But anyway, it's normal text, so it should be easy to find. There we go. Okay, great. And then over here to the right, we are going to change the icon colors. So we're going to go to icon, and we're going to go with the secondary color. There we go. Okay, so over here now, for our site title, let's change the color as well. In fact, before I do that, I can just click here. Okay, so it's set to H3, but you see, I think the problem is I haven't gone in and set the class. Oh, the class is there, so I'm not sure why. All right, no problem. So let's change the color. Okay, so now my footer is almost ready. You can save that. Save one more time. Now this line is a bit too much. Why don't we update this line? So let's go to design, and then we're gonna go to border. Okay, so it's not this one, it's the one above. So we're gonna go in and look for our border, and you know what, it's the other one. I'll tell you a quick tip to identify it. If you go to border, can you see now it's highlighted in blue? That's where it is. So what we're gonna do is just bring the transparency down. Why is that not working? Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, so we're just gonna bring this down. It doesn't have to be too much, you know. Okay, we can even add a bit more. Let's bring this down a little bit more. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's our footer right there. It's all done. So it looks like we are almost complete. We're gonna exit the visual builder here, save all changes. So let us connect all our pages. So I'm going to visit the site. So if I say become member, okay, so you see it's going to the become member here, which is brilliant. And if they sign up for the free membership. But like I said, we don't want that page because we want the page called membership, isn't it? Yes. Great. So this is the page that we want because we want them to be able to come here first and then choose the type of membership. So we're going to copy this URL, go back to the home page, and then we are going to enable, and then our link, let's get rid of that. Just add a normal link. Okay, so let's save. Then here, we also need to make an update to this because that's not free membership. This should be become a VIP member. There you go. So become a VIP member, and this one is a free one. And this one here should lead us to that opt-in, remember? So I think it's called free membership. This is the annoying part. I have to go in and look for the thing, for the page. So all pages and become a free member. Okay, this is it. View. Okay, that's where we need to go. Command C, Command V. Now I know it might be a bit confusing now, but it will make a lot of sense soon. Okay, right. So now let's test this. So let's say we are on the home page, and the call to action here is to become a member. So you'd click here, and you have two choices: either become a free member or a VIP member. If you click on free member, it takes you now to this page where you can go in and sign up. And then that will add you onto the system. So we also have an About Us page here, which has a bit of a story, a backstory, and a video to go with it. We have our blog here, where we can search for our blogs. And if we take a look at our blog article, there we go. We have our related posts, and we also have our comment section. And as you can see, everything takes on our color, and our footer here has been updated. So this is going to be packaged as my theme that's going to go with Fluent Community. And this is going to be coming up in a tutorial very soon. So this is how I was able to design a website super fast with the framework. And as you can see, I haven't gone in and did any adjustments to the fonts. the initial customizations was done to make sure my colors were great. And once I did that, this was, smooth sailing. So as you can see, this is very, very easy to set up. All I need to do now is to do a few tweaks on the spacings and just making sure everything is in order. But apart from that, you can see here this website was put in very, very, very quickly. But if you want to add more functionality, it's up to you. I've made this design very, very simple because this is going to be a template. I want people to be able to go in and make some changes in it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.